Hello from the National Weather Service in Missoula. This is forecaster Travis Booth with your Thursday, December 30th planning briefing. Looking at the weather threat matrix, we have on Friday some leftover snow, light snow impacts on the morning, on Friday morning, with some cold temperatures continuing. We do have some clearing expected Friday night and early Saturday for some temperatures below zero temperatures expected across much of the area. Sunday, we see a relatively quiet day, perhaps a little snow in northwest Montana, and then we do have some wind picking up for the Camas Prairies Sunday into Monday, so we're a little concerned with blowing snow related to that. And then early next week, the active pattern picks right back up again, and we'll talk more about that as we go. So just looking at a model reflectivity forecast for the rest of today into early Friday. We have our focus here for the afternoon over north central Idaho as another bout of snow enters. Looks like we're going to continue to have some of the gusty winds around Grangeville and on the Camas Prairie, so that's a concern as we go into the early evening hours. Also, you'll notice we start to get some more snow, that light snow anyways, that pops up on the I-90 corridor, perhaps during the evening commute and certainly during the evening through early Friday morning. So that could be a little problematic, basically from the I-90 corridor and perhaps into the Bitterroot Valley. Another thing that we see during the evening and early morning hours is we are going to have an Arctic boundary that comes and pushes towards the southwest. Not expecting a lot of wind or big push with it, but we may see a bit of wind as you get closer to like Garrison Junction and over in Helmville and places like that, closer to the divide. We may have some east winds 20 to 30 miles an hour and some blowing and drifting snow. That'd be this evening through early Friday. And then as we get into Friday morning, you can see things start to diminish pretty quickly. So just looking at a few point forecasts from Marias Pass, we have those gusty east winds with that slight Arctic push, 15 to 25. That would be this evening. Let me get the highlighter here. That would be this evening through Friday morning, but not a whole lot of falling snow expected. And then some southwest winds develop over the weekend, so we could have some gusty southwest winds over the weekend from Marias Pass. So something to keep in mind. And temperatures do look to stay below freezing all the way through early next week. If we look at Kalispell, once again, just looking at a little bit of light snow the rest of today into early Friday morning. One thing to keep in mind with these temperature forecasts, a lot of the valleys may not be able to quite warm up as much as shown. I mean, it's still below freezing during the daytime, but these may actually be even cooler than we're forecasting as inversions may set up. For Lookout Pass, similar story. The snowfall we see through early Friday morning, fairly light, and then picking up again once we get into Monday. Missoula, looks like a solid 1 to 2 inches of snow this evening through early Friday morning. Helmville, we mentioned those winds this evening through early Friday. Watch out for some blowing snow in that part as you get close to the divide. Lolo Pass, several inches of snow overnight, early Friday morning. Grangemont, much more prominent, as we talked about. And then same thing for Grangeville with those snow amounts the rest of the day through early Friday. And then like we mentioned with the weather threat matrix, later Sunday through Monday, looks like 25 to 35 mile per hour. It just depends on the characteristic of the snow at that point, if that causes some blowing snow or not. Because I'm not expecting snow to be falling during the weekend time period for Grangeville, but it certainly could be some blowing snow. Austro Pass, just some light snow amounts. Now I want to jump into a look at this weekend all the way through the latter part of next week. And the first thing we're going to look at is just some low-level temperature anomalies. And so the yellows and the reds are above normal temperatures basically, and then the blues and the purples and the lavender, those are below normal temperatures. So we're going to be starting on Saturday with some below normal temperatures. And you can see as we get, this is later Sunday afternoon, we do have at least some moderation occurring in the low levels. And as we get into the first part of next week, this would be Monday evening. Take note how we have some Arctic air once again trying to push into northwest Montana. Let's see, as we go forward, you can see during the day on Tuesday, this particular forecast model does show the cold air making it, all the way into northwest Montana and right along the divide. And that just kind of continues through the week. So we have, let's see, this is all the way into Thursday afternoon. So you can see the boundary does reach all the way down to like the Idaho-Montana border, at least in northwest Montana. And there is a fair amount of confidence that the Arctic air will come over, but it's just some uncertainty on how far it gets into western Montana. So keep that in mind. We'll move on to the precipitation forecast during the same time period. So let me get that started. So this is on Saturday over the weekend. Not a whole lot. Moving into Sunday, you can see there's just a touch of snow perhaps in far northwest Montana, but not a whole lot reflected in this particular model. And then as we move into Monday, you can see things begin to increase. So that's the time period to start to watch, is Monday, as far as the snowfall increasing. And then as we go through the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you can see there's a certain level of persistence to it, and I'll just let it loop all the way through again just so you can get kind of a look at it. But that's kind of the take-home message for Monday through much of next week, is just periods of snow, fairly persistent snow for the passes more than likely. Could be, talking upwards of a foot or two of snow for the passes quite easily during that, but throughout the week, not all at once, but throughout the week. Snow levels go to valley floor, or snow levels at valley floors for much of the week, so that'll be a concern for the valleys as well. And then that question, like we just talked about, Arctic air getting into the western Montana, coming over the divide. Do we get some wind and blowing snow with that, and perhaps another shot of cold temperatures? And to kind of reinforce that, this is kind of a broader view of what the model was showing. So this is the precipitation forecast for the middle and latter part of next week. And it has, the chances for above normal precipitation really standing out across the Northern Rockies. And then if we look at temperatures, fairly significant trend there with below normal temperatures expected for that same time period. So the main message, just for that active week next week. So we're going to have a bit of a break over the weekend, active week next week. Looks like certainly periods of snow even to the valley floors, and perhaps a push of Arctic air into western Montana. That's the end of the briefing. If you have any questions, please give us a call or send us an email, and we look forward to talking with you. Have a good day.